Hey everyone, and welcome to the second episode of Paranoid Disposition. I'm Alex.
I'm Beth, and today we're here to discuss MKUltra, also known as Project Monarch, and how one of our favorite artists is linked to it.
First off, we want to thank you all for tuning in again, and we're very glad that you came back.
What a bunch of sweethearts.
So Beth, what is Project Monarch?
So, Project Monarch, commonly referred to as MKUltra, is a CIA mind control program. It was an illegal program because the experiments were done on human subjects, all U.S. and Canadian citizens, and they did not agree to it, or if they did agree to it, they didn't know what they were signing up for. So the goal of this program was to identify and develop drugs and procedures that could be used in interrogation and torture in order to weaken and force a confession from an individual through mind control. So it began in the early 1950s and ended in 1973. The program, it was done by the U.S. government.
Yeah, the government.
It was done by the CIA, but that doesn't make it legal or okay.
It's one of those blacklisted things.
Exactly. It was like, let's not talk about this. So they used drugs, most commonly LSD, because, the 60s. Chemicals, hypnosis, sensory deprivation, isolation, verbal and sexual abuse. They were trying to manipulate the subject's mental state and alter their brain function. So basically, they could force their victims to tell them things they don't want to. Say, this is during the Cold War. We wanted to, shut up. We wanted to capture, Russian spies and have them tell us things that, they did not want to tell us. So this first became public. The public first became aware of this in 1975 during an investigation of the CIA. But all files had already been destroyed because they didn't want us to know about this. So when they were doing the investigation, they really couldn't find out that much because, the CIA was already on top of it. They had already destroyed all official files. So the CIA claims that MKUltra has long been shut down. It was shut down in 73. But some former CIA agents, some CIA veterans, have said that is a lie and that this is still going on. We just don't talk about it.
To this day?
To this day.
Huh.
That is the claim.
This is just another theory, right?
This is just another theory. So, MKUltra was real. That is confirmed.
I'm sure a bunch of you out there know about the movie American Ultra with Jesse Eisenberg, Men That Stare at Goats. Those were both, fucking shit, motherfucker. They...
You doing okay there, buddy?
Yeah, sorry, I just jumbled on my fucking shit. I hope no children are listening.
This is maybe not the best podcast for children. Just because of the cursing, not because we're talking about, brainwashing and sexual abuse and stuff.
Which you should never do to your children.
Are you sure? I feel like in some cases, that's maybe okay.
Unless children? You're sick.
Maybe this was a bad joke to make. Uh-oh. Do not molest children. That is never okay.
Okay, anyway.
We are not saying you should do any of these things. We are just reporting the facts, I say with quotation marks.
Okay,
sorry. I'm sorry.
Right
I'm sorry.
Okay, we sidetracked off of our sidetrack. What I was trying to say is, there are, I'm sure a lot of people are familiar because there have been movies out recently that deal with MKUltra, such as The Men Who Stare at Goats, which is actually based off the experiments, and as everybody knows, the Jason Bourne films, which he was subject to these techniques. that they used. Okay.
Yeah, that's how
sorry.
they like programmed him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can take the reins now. I'm done sounding like an idiot.
So yeah, I mean, like I've seen in television.
Sorry about that.
Now who forgot to mute their computer? At least it wasn't me this time. So yeah, I mean, I've definitely heard, you know, in pop culture about, damn it, Alex, get your act together, about, there was like a theory that LSD could be used as a truth serum. So I think that that's like really where this came from.
And it can also be used to jump into other dimensions.
Oh, can it?
I don't know. I just that's from Fringe.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it might be. I mean,
Who knows? I mean, people say that they talk to God when they take LSD, so, I mean, who am I to say?
we all have the God particle.
Okay, so...
Oh, all right. So, where did I put my notes? So, MK Ultra has supposedly stuck their, the government has used MK Ultra on some of our favorite pop icons, popular culture icons. And one of them happens to be Lana Del Rey.
My love.
Be still in my heart. Now, Beth.
Yes.
Why would they do this to Lana Del Rey? Like,
Because they want to influence us. They want to have a chess piece so they can influence the masses. Right? And aren't I right?
that's true.
Yeah.
Well, Lana Del Rey was born Elizabeth.
Really? Wow. I feel like I've learned so much.
I'm just speaking a different language.
Okay.
She was born Elizabeth Woolbridge Grant on June 21st, 1985 in New York City to Robert Grant Jr. and Pat Hill, who both worked for an ad agency called the Grey Group as a copywriter and account executive, respectively. Now, the theory is that... Oh, wait a second. Just kidding. Let's backtrack a little bit. Her grandfather, Robert Grant Sr., he was an investment maker for Kidler, Peabody and Company, which was eventually bought by General Electric, which, if you remember our last episode...
I do remember it.
Mr. Ramsey, his company was eventually bought by General Electric.
Interesting.
Because everything's connected.
Illuminati.
But anyway, he later became a VP of, I think it's Plough Inc. Plough.
That would be Plow.
Okay. Well, that was a pharmaceutical company.
Pharmaceutical?
Shut your whore
He
mouth.
means pharmaceutical.
You don't see it, I'm flicking her off right now.
He's being very polite. I feel so warm and fuzzy inside.
Always a gentleman.
Always.
And also Textron, which, much like Mr. Ramsey, his company, it's an aerospace defense and security advancement technology industrial conglomerate.
Which means he was working with the government.
Because everything's connected.
Which means he could have said, hey, do you want to take my granddaughter and use her? Because that's a thing that happens.
And then he later created his own corporation called Grant Capital Management, which was a venture capital firm.
Okay, so let's go back to Lana.
Oh, yeah, wasn't this all about Lana?
Well, now you're talking about her
Well,
grandfather.
this ties into the story.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. All right. Well, okay. Well, now we're going straight back to Lana.
See, I'm always right. Always.
Well, anyway, at a very young age, she had a drinking problem.
Don't we all?
She has said that she was a big drinker. She would drink every day. She would drink alone.
And started really young, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like early teens.
Yeah, I think she was like 14. She was an alcoholic. Like by 14, she was an alcoholic.
She thought the whole concept was so fucking cool.
Like getting drunk.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, what teenager doesn't think that the whole process of getting drunk is fucking cool?
I mean, she, it's, I don't know. How do I want to word this properly? Let me just read a quote. Like at first, it's fine, and you think you have a dark side. It's exciting. And then you realize that the dark side wins every time if you decide to indulge in it.
Ooh.
It's also a completely different way of living when you know that. A different species of a person. If it was the worst thing that ever happened to me, is what she said.
Becoming an alcoholic, you mean? Okay.
And then at age 15, her parents shipped her off to the Kent school because of her rampant alcoholism.
Which was a boarding school,
Yes,
right?
in
Yeah, like an
Connecticut.
elitist a boarding school. Yeah. I read that wasn't like her uncle. He had some sort of ties to the school.
He worked there and he secured her financial aid.
Yeah.
And also some notable alum from the school is Ted Danson from Cheers and Seth MacFarlane.
Oh, okay, interesting.
But the rumor is that they groomed her for with MK Ultra while she was there.
Yeah, so like she was sent off and they groomed her. And I've also heard that like having emotional issues, being an alcoholic makes you a good target for this because basically like it's someone who already has issues, so they're easier to break.
Damaged goods.
Because in order to be turned into an MK Ultra agent, they have to break you. They have to break you so they can control you. So that fits perfectly into her storyline. Okay, continue.
But she eventually got out. She was there for 3 years, and then she moved to New York City.
Okay.
So what year was that? She graduated in 2003. So in 2005, she recorded her first demo album under the name May Jailer. It was never released, but then 3 years later, she released a 3-track EP called Kill Kill under the name Lizzie Grant.
Oh, that isn't, alarming at all. That doesn't sound very MK Ultra.
And then 2 years later, she released Lana Del Rey, aka Lizzie Grant. But here's the thing. She spelt Ray with an A instead of an E.
Interesting.
It was pulled off iTunes from her, at the time, record company 5 Point Records because they couldn't fund it.
Okay.
And then, of course, a few years later, she came out with her very, real album under Lana Del Rey.
And I did see that after the failed record Lana Del Rey, aka Lizzie Grant, she bought herself out of the record deal, and that her team scrubbed the internet clean of Lizzie Grant.
She also moved to London with the person that helped her buy out her contract.
So one explanation is that the internet was scrubbed of Lizzie Grant and she was reprogrammed. Because a year later...
As with all of her name changes.
all of her name changes were reprogramming. And so a year later, when she came out with the name Lana Del Rey, she had a different hair color, new name.
Because it symbolizes a switch in her personalities.
Exactly. And so, her handlers, came out with this new personality, and yeah.
And then she signed to one of the biggest record companies out there, Interscope, which they have some of the biggest Illuminati acts, supposedly, such as Lady Gaga, Madonna,
Oh, yeah.
and Natalia Kills.
Interesting.
So you were saying something about her handlers.
Yes, her handlers.
Tell us more about this, Beth.
Well, the theory is that all agents have handlers because, they're all being controlled. So a lot of people who are theorizing about this are saying that if you watch her music videos, you can see her handlers in the videos. Because in most female videos, there's a love interest. But the theory is that these guys are not love interests. They're her handlers.
Also, do you remember what music video was it? I believe that it was National Anthem. She played the part of Mrs. Kennedy. Jackie Kennedy. That's it.
Jackie Kennedy.
Wow. need more coffee. And ASAP Rocky played John F. Kennedy.
Yes.
Who in real life was assassinated by the Illuminati because he tried to expose them.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean that we have a target on our head right now? Since we're exposing the truth?
Part of me hopes we do. So, like I have a good X-Files, like I can really live out being Scully, but part of me hopes we don't because I have anxiety and it terrifies me. So, like either way, we win, right?
Sure.
And lose.
Sure. But anyway, in that video, oh wait, my bad. She was not Jackie Kennedy.
Whew. She wasn't?
No. It begins with her impersonating, another beta programming prototype, Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, right. Because she's because she's singing on stage. She's singing Happy Birthday, Mr. President in the beginning of, yeah, you're right. Okay. So, and also, like some of her other songs, they also see things that are very MK Ultra. Mm-hmm. Like in the Born to Die video, it begins with Lana. She's naked, embracing her lover/handler in front of an American flag. Her hair is done, giving the all-seeing eye symbol as she stares mindlessly into the camera. The video then cuts to a large temple. And the all-seeing eye is a common theme throughout MK Ultra. It's referred to as the Eye of Horus or the all-seeing eye. And what it represents is that the elite of the Illuminati are always watching. So it's a subtle way of saying, maybe not so subtle, Big Brother is always there. There are a lot of images you'll see of celebrities where they're covering one eye.
Gaga.
Exactly. If you look for it, you'll see it everywhere. And that's a big symbolism for the all-seeing eye.
What about the finger over the lips?
The finger over the lips, symbolizing shh, is representing that these MK Ultra agents are willing to be silent and that they won't talk about the Illuminati. And that's another thing you'll see a lot. There's a lot of symbolism with the MK Ultra theory. And there's a big thing with tattoos. Mm-hmm. And so one of the biggest things is butterflies. So the meaning behind the butterfly is, so MK Ultra stands for Monarch Programming.
Wait, that's a butterfly, isn't it?
It is a butterfly.
Oh my God, it's all connected.
So the reason it's called Monarch Programming is that it represents that the victims undergo a transformation, much like a monarch butterfly would. So another reason for the symbolism is that undergoing trauma by electroshock causes a feeling of lightheadedness, as if they are floating or fluttering like a butterfly. And so it also talks about how, like, victims reach a disassociation where they disconnect from pain and just feel love for what they're feeling, and they feel like butterflies. So they, like, gain this, like, emotional attachment to butterflies because that's what they feel like. So you see a lot of butterflies throughout popular culture, especially the early 2000s.
The aughts.
Yes, the aughts. So here are some celebrities that have butterfly tattoos. Brandy and Alex's favorite, Britney Spears.
Oh, God, man.
Drew Barrymore, Julia Roberts, Leah Michele, Mariah Carey, Paris Hilton, Queen Latifah, and Vanessa Hudgens. Now, some of the other tattoos that are mentioned with the symbolism is the tattoo, the allegiance to the Illuminati, Lindsay Lohan, Lily Allen, and Rihanna. And then another thing is bluebirds, because so Monarch Programming is one of the projects is the Monarch Project. Another one is called Project Bluebird. So there are some celebs that have a bluebird tattoo, like Christina Ricci, Drew Barrymore. I guess she's, been in both projects. Justin Bieber, and Reese Witherspoon.
Wait, so what is Project Bluebird?
Who knows? It's another symbol. Come on. It's hard to find background on things that are made up.
True.
So I can only report what I find. And they seem to find meaning in bluebirds. Another thing is lightning bolt tattoos, which is supposed to represent electroshock therapy. You know, because who wouldn't want to be reminded of traumatic events? One of the names on here I feel kind of weird about mentioning because it's Amy Winehouse. And I don't really want to associate her with this because, you know, she's...
27 Club conspiracy.
I mean, she had a real tragedy, and I don't want to diminish that. But she is one of the stars that has a lightning bolt tattoo. Others is Gucci Mane. Did I say that right? Gucci Mane?
Gucci Mane.
Gucci Mane. And Hayley Williams. And there are some celebs that have the all-seeing eye tattoo.
But wait, I want to go back to lightning bolt.
Okay.
So, do you think that Power Rangers was created to, you know, brainwash?
That's a good question.
I just now thought of that.
That's a very good question. I feel like we've really discovered something. I feel like, you know...
I think we're going to have to cover this later on.
Yeah, we might have to edit this out. So there are some celebs with the all-seeing eye tattoo: Adam Lambert, Miley Cyrus, Soulja Boy, and Eminem. And then there's also, these lists are ongoing because, you know, celebrities like tattoos. They also find meaning with celebs with skull tattoos, owl tattoos, and pentagrams, which are usually just stars, but, you know, pentagrams sounds more conspiracy. So, yeah, I mean, basically, MK Ultra / the Illuminati really is in with Hollywood. That's really the theory here. And that what the government is trying to do is they get these Hollywood stars, they control them, and then these Hollywood stars influence what masses of people like. Because, I mean, like, who doesn't want to buy the Kylie lip kit because it has Kylie's name on it?
Not me.
Everyone else. I mean, the power that stars have over us is actually kind of alarming.
I was going to say sad.
Alarming and sad, yes. Like, 3 years ago, I hated chokers. I was like, that was such an ugly fad. I've been wearing them for the past year.
That's also from the 90s, when the Power Rangers originally aired.
And JonBenet Ramsey was killed. Oh my God.
It's all connected.
I'm wearing chokers because of the Illuminati. Oh my gosh.
I mean, does that represent that they have you? Like it's your collar? Like you?
Wow.
They,
Wow. Yeah, I think you're right. I'm owned.
They own you.
I'm gonna just... I don't know how I can ever wear a choker again.
You're gonna go home and put one on right now.
I know. I just can't stop.
As soon as we're done recording.
So,
well.
should we go back to Lana Del Rey a little bit?
Yeah, what about it? What about her?
It. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of symbolism in her songs. I don't know. Like, I guess, like, I think it's interesting that I feel like, I mean, a lot of stars, there is the belief that they're controlled by MK Ultra, but there's something a lot about Lana Del Rey that gets more talk. I feel like she...
Could it be like her old school vibe?
I think so. I think it's because she kind of stands out from the rest.
Like, it really strikes a nerve. Like,
Another thing is the fact that she had plastic surgery in order to become a star.
That's true.
So it's like she really was made to be popular. It's like they took her, they programmed her, and they also changed her face, which is a real thing. She did have plastic surgery. What I read was that she wanted to be a star, she wanted to be famous, and she felt like she wasn't pretty enough. So she had her dad, and I think she was 17 at the time.
Wait, that
which
young?
is controversial. Yeah. And kind of sad in a way. I mean, like a 17-year-old girl thinking she needs plastic surgery in order to be successful.
I mean,
I mean, what does that say about our
be
culture?
happy. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't want to get all feminist on your ass, but come on. I mean, what 17-year-old boys are like, I need to have plastic surgery so I can be successful in the field I want to pursue. I just feel
That's
like,
true.
I mean, there's
Because
a level
it's
of
really
it.
pushed on women.
Yeah, it's really pushed on women. I mean, for women, you have to be pretty to be successful. And with men, they can be fat as long as they're funny. But like,
The fatter, the funnier.
but you know, for the women, they have to be hot too. And I mean, like, with the MK Ultra celebrity thing, one person who's always stood out to me as like a big MK Ultra victim is Britney Spears.
Okay, we're gonna save that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that leads into the next. Yeah,
that can fill a whole entire episode.
definitely.
So you're just gonna have to come back.
I know. You're just gonna have to wait until next time to hear about that. Do you have anything else you'd like to add, Alex?
Honestly, no.
Do you feel like we've covered MK Ultra and Lana?
I mean, I feel like there's a lot more discussion on MK Ultra to come.
Yeah, I definitely feel like we could delve into MK Ultra more.
But I feel like we planted a good seed.
Yeah. And just for full disclosure, I love Lana Del Rey.
As do
She's
I.
such a babe. Her music is amazing.
Her sultry voice.
I wish I could be her.
Have you seen the video? She's so sweet to her fans.
I haven't seen that. I mean, I follow her on Instagram. It's just like everything she posts is so cool. Like, how could I be that cool?
That's what
So-
happens when you have tons of money to take cool pictures and do cool
Or when the CIA is helping you out. Maybe that's how she's so cool. The government. So, hey, government, you want to help me out here? You want to brainwash me and make me cooler?
Come on. Come and get us, big brother.
Ew. I took that in a sexual way. I'm sorry.
Did you sexualize that? See where your mind is.
I had an older brother.
As do I. 4. No, 3.
Okay, you definitely have just
Wait,
as a
4.
dirty mind as I do.
I am pure and innocent.
Oh, I'm sure.
Totally.
All right. Well,
Sorry for the short episode, everybody. But, why are you looking at me like that?
I'm just waiting for you to finish your sentence,
Oh.
buddy.
God, way to make me feel awkward.
All right. Alex is doing really well with the sign off, guys.
I'm never going to get this right. But anyway, keep an open mind.
But don't be an idiot.
You can follow us online. Our Facebook, Paranoid Disposition. Twitter, Paranoid Dispo. And if you want, you can also follow our own personal pages. I'm at Hi, I'm Alex Smith.
And I'm at Chronically Enchanted.
And we look forward to hearing from you guys.
Yeah, please send us any messages, or if you have any suggestions.
Yeah, do you know any dumb conspiracy theories?
Yeah, I
We're
mean,
all
is there
about that.
anything that you'd like us to talk about? Our email is...
paranoiddisposition@gmail.com.
We can't wait to hear from you, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Later.